Hey guys, Tack here, and today we're starting The First Tree. Now, I have played this game once before, but it was like 2 years ago, I think. Yeah, around that time. So, I feel like it would be a good game just to put on the channel. I remember like virtually nothing of this game. So I guess we'll see how it turns out. Look, okay, so I can adjust the camera. Can I move? Oh, and I can move.
Are you awake?
Are you awake?
I
thought I heard you get up.
Yeah, I'm awake. Sorry, I just can't sleep.
Are you thinking about him?
Yeah, a bit. You should get back to sleep, my love. I'm fine.
No, it's okay. What else is on your mind?
I don't know. It seems weird, but I had one of the most vivid dreams of my life. I saw a fox on a snowy mountain, just looking confused and worried. Those eyes. I can't get those eyes out of my head. She was running in the windy snow, looking for something.
Do you think it has to do with you and what's been going on?
I don't know. It was just a dream, Rachel. They're not meant to make sense. A lot's happened the past couple days, that's all.
Well, if you're not going to sleep anyway, you should tell me. I want to hear.
All right.
Nice bit of storytelling right at the very beginning. Zoom out. Oh, what was that? Oh no, it's a dead fox.
So, not far from her home, she followed that path to something unexpected.
It's already turning out to be a sad story.
She couldn't stay, though. She had to find her other two children. So she took that path. She followed it towards something ancient. Something with answers.
The First Tree. Oh, so just a push. Okay, I thought it was like a...
High and low, searching for any sign of her cubs. Points of light showed the way to this ancient tree. It was as if each one had a story to tell, all their own. The land was trying to tell my story, too. I felt like I was right behind her the whole time.
So... Yeah, I don't know. So I guess this is the guy's dream that he was having. Okay, so you collect the stars. I'm not sure exactly what they're for, but we'll find out, I'm sure. Oh, I think I'll go this way. There seems to be some stuff over here. Some nice music, though. It's like you collect the star things. I guess we'll just run this way then. Because who knows what's over here? It looks like there's like a... something. There's a something over there, that's for sure. What it is, nobody knows.
Usually those kids would leave me alone, but somehow they could tell I was different. They made fun of how far away I lived. They called my dad a sourdough. I was a blabbermouth as a kid, telling my dad stories I made up for hours. After that show and tell, I didn't tell him much anymore. He didn't know exactly what was wrong, but his best guess was that the toys he carved weren't cool enough. He carved me a tank.
Just a tank.
And tried to tell me what it was like to be in a real tank as a serviceman.
I didn't know your dad was in the military.
Yeah, in the army. The sad thing is that I'd pretty much forgotten until just now. There's so much I still don't know about him.
I'm sorry. He knows how much you love him. You're going to see him again soon and have some closure, I'm sure.
I'm not entirely sure what this story is about quite yet. Man, I could really weave. Made it. What's this one?
Do you remember what my dad did for a living?
Wasn't he like a lumberjack?
That's one way of putting it. If wood was a canvas, and a carving knife was his paintbrush. Even after working a 50-hour week, even after his hands were more splinters than skin, he would bring home the nicest piece of Alaskan weeping cedar and make me toys. That wooden train was the first toy I can remember, and I loved it. I just knew from a young age I was going to be a lumberjack, like my father.
Wants to be a lumberjack, does he? This looks like an interesting thing going on right here. Climb up the slide, come on. Got it. There's another one.
As a kid, did you ever do show and tell in your class?
Yeah, I think I only did it
It's in a
once.
boat.
When I was in the 4th grade. You know how my life was around then. I wanted to show my class what helped pass the time and distract me. So I brought a dozen paper cranes I had made. I think I told everyone how badly I wanted to be a bird and fly, embarrassingly enough.
Don't be embarrassed. Every kid wants to fly. For me, it was another toy from my dad, a wooden boat. I remember guarding it so carefully in my hands as I walked into class. When I sat down, a group of boys immediately made fun of me. They asked which trash can I found it in, or why an ugly log was my favorite toy. When I got up, I didn't even want to tell them my dad had carved it. I said it was a joke gift my friend had given me.
Kids can be so cruel.
Some of them are. I shouldn't have let them get to me, but it did. It's amazing we bounced back at all.
Look, more star things. I'm gonna add them to my 14, 15, now 16. I feel like there might be something over there, but I'm just gonna run this way. On a new grassland. The winter's gone. I see some. Can I even get up there? Butterflies. These ones right here. I don't know what I need the stars for, but I'm sure we'll find out at some point. Whoa! That was a lot. I'm gonna use these over here. Whoa. We're up here. Here, I'll come back here. Actually, no, I'll stay. Let's go with it. We run around the mountain. Ah! That was one heck of a fall. What do I need these for? Just kind of have them for some reason. Some more right here. Ah! It's a ladder. No, it's not. It's a barbershop sign. Do I need them for this? It makes sense because it's really high up. Oh. Do I need 3? Number 2 are. Alright, look, I found a thing. Let's go see what it is.
After he drove me home from the police station, I blew up at him, saying how I never wanted to be like him, how I was gonna be someone and leave that hick icebox for good. He just looked forward at the road with tired eyes. I took out that bluegrass tape from the cassette deck and chucked it out the window. In my sage teenage wisdom, I thought I approved the ultimate point, but my dad had a different idea. He slammed the brakes, slowly bowed his head while gripping the steering wheel, and finally looked at me. All he said, like it was a polite request, was, "Make this right." I sat there in silence, fuming, but I eventually got out and combed every square inch of the woods, muttering profanity after profanity. I found it 30 minutes later, near a small waterfall off the road. I went back to the truck, put the wet tape back in, and sure enough it worked. We didn't speak another word to each other the rest of the night.
Wow, I knew you were a crazy teenager, but
It's hard to believe, isn't it? It surprises me too. It's like I didn't really know who that kid was back then. I bet my dad thought the same thing over and over. It's almost like he was saying, "Make this right," to himself, more than to me.
Is he gonna let me just run up this rock? That's the real question. Because how am I supposed to get it? Because as soon as I jump... Okay, good. Come on. I got all 3 of them. Let's go.
My friends would laugh about that night and talk about how crazy it was. And I laughed along, pretending it didn't bother me. But it did. I imagined my friends growing old in the bush, unable to find that thrill in those godforsaken ice fields. It's like those mountains were a literal wall, keeping me from leaving, or all I would have to look forward to were lumber yards and evening beers. I had to climb over. That was my only goal for a long time.
There's a story about this guy's life, is what it seems like.
If there was some way I could take my love of drawing and turn it into a way of escape, nothing would make me happier. I wanted to create instead of tearing trees down. I wanted to move to the lower 48, not because I hated it there in Alaska, but I hated the idea of it. It's like all of that spite inside me had created this monster which followed me around my whole teenage years. I put so much energy into doing what others didn't expect of me. Why did I do that?
there's one fact you're forgetting, though. If you didn't have that fire in you, we probably would have never met.
You're absolutely right. Maybe the destination is all that matters in the end. But then why am I awake? Why am I seeing this fox go on her journey? And why can't I stop thinking about my dad?
Nobody knows, man. Oh, okay. Now we're back in a foresty area. Let's go this way. I've already got 31. Not too bad. What is this? A bed? Okay. It's a skateboard without wheels. Oh, I found a thing.
On our property, there were old abandoned pieces of a shed and car long left unused. I used to ask him all the time who those people were that left all this junk. I'm sure he got so tired of hearing it that he made up some elaborate stories how a brown bear ate them and haunted the woods afterwards. What's funny is I think it made those people seem more real. Growing up thinking they were still hanging out like they couldn't say goodbye. I used to tell my friends how I could swear I saw spirits move near the water, and that always freaked them out. I guess it didn't bother me, because the way I saw it, they were normal people with old cars and sheds, just trying to figure out how to survive and be happy in the middle of nowhere. It was a cool thought that they didn't want to leave, but you know, I was a weird kid.
Well, you had good company since those ghosts like living in a place where they were brutally devoured.
Kind of these things. Whoop. Almost missed that one. Boop. Now up to 35. It's a beam in the sky. It's one of those things.
Even at my most distant, at the times when I detested him the most, he kept reaching out. For a year straight, he asked me every week when we were going camping. I thought he was just dense. Eventually, to shut him up, I agreed. We carried out the worn lawn chairs from the garage and set up a cinder block campfire at the site we'd always used behind the house. We walked down the mountain path, talking in the warm sunshine we only got a couple months of the year. Those 3 obsidian rocks shimmered alongside the shore, almost like sparklers pressed against a dark window. I'll never forget that wet stone on my feet, or how those massive mountains looked even bigger in the lake's reflection. I felt small, but grateful. As the sun set, my dad found something I hadn't seen for a long time. The tree where I'd made my first carving when I was 6. I hadn't even carved it. My dad had helped me, but I still called it my tree. Something about seeing my name there made me open up, and we talked about everything that night in my old camouflage tent. I told him how much I loved sketching and design, and how it would be a dream to study architecture in Seattle. I told him how I didn't get along with my friends much anymore, but that I didn't mind being alone. He told me he was there for me, and he joked that if all he had to do was write my name on a tree to finally get me to talk, he would have left me carved logs with novels on them in front of my room every morning. I don't know why it took me that long to realize it, but it was then I knew how much he had sacrificed for me.
There's another one. All the way up on top of this hill.
We were happiest underneath the evergreens. We decided it was time to finally map out the hundreds of acres we lived on, just to pass the time during the summer. He was only free in the evenings, so I would spend the day wasting time on dial-up internet and sketching, and then we would rush into the woods, pen and map in hand, before evening fell. Sometimes, the aurora borealis would cast a cold green glow on the mountainside, and we would would finish our route underneath a twilight sky. Sometimes I was lonely during those summer days, but there was comfort in the routine.
A lot of teenagers aren't looking for the daily grind, though. There's nothing wrong with wanting to get out, to leave your childhood home. You wanted to progress, to make something of yourself.
Yeah, you're right. That house. I'm sure it's the same as how I left it. Then why does it feel so different?
I doubt you're the only adult to have looked back and asked that question.
My dad built a lot of stuff in his free time. If he wasn't watching fly fishing or reading Tom Clancy novels, he was carving something.
Oh, it's a birdhouse. Okay.
Tons of birdhouses. Not that he was into bird watching. I think he really missed working and adding on to the home. If he couldn't afford the time to build onto our own house, we would have to settle with watching birds move into their little homes. We kept an old mattress in the bed of that ugly yellow truck. So we would drive it deep into the woods and then watch the birds fly into their houses while the sun set. Usually it was accompanied by venison jerky or a cold Coke, but not a lot of talking, which is how we both liked it.
Look, I found this thing. So now I can jump up it. Wow. I think there's stuff up here, probably. Look over here, there's stars. What do I do with them? I don't know. Now I have more of them. 47 already. Plunk. See, there's a rock up here. I need this. I think I need 3 of them in order to get out of this area and go on to the next. There we go. Got it. 1 more to go. Look at another star thingy. How wonderful. Oh, there's 2 of them. Boink, got him. 49. Look, more stars. It's inside this, like, cavern looking thing. Oh, what? My jump just decided it didn't want to work. Got it. More stuff. Woo! 53. There's another one. Yep. Fox probably just eats it anyways. Couple more. I think right down here is the thing I was looking for. Yep, there it is. The last one. I gotta go to the vine thing. Alright, let's see if it lets me through. Hey, look at that. Door's open. On to the next area. Woo! Sure there's a lot of running around in this game. I'm going to stop right here, and if you enjoyed the video, consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.